Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome back for some more Foundation, where our city has evolved yet again. We now have a monastery that's up and running, so we also have some of these monks that are currently working on wine production, on what else is it called here, herbs production, and also on some honey. So that was pretty cool. Once it got started, I needed some male citizens, of course, to donate or to delegate, what is it called, concede to the monastery, and then they just actively grab a job here, and then they get to work. So here we've got our vineyards. This is being turned into wine, which is pretty effective. I feel like we've got 50 available, and well, we keep that fully stocked. I did upgrade this to a second bee keeper, and also a second set for the herbs, so that we get, what is it now, 10 monks, I think. Let's see if we can spot that here. Yeah, we've got our 10 monks that are working and that are now producing stuff from the monastery, so they can be unemployed as well. And this is also where we do again start to run into the limits of development, because these are actually the herbalists and they just don't have a name yet for their assigned job, so that is pretty interesting. Something that they keep lacking, although we just... Oh, it's only one now. Don't really understand why there's only 73% then. But they're lacking in room to go to church, so we're making an extra church down here. And then what I try to do is to build a stone bridge here and then get started on another bridge. But so far nobody has gone in to work there, so I think basically my bridge is in the wrong spot. We get another house. Let's upgrade that priority. And then something else that we are starting to work on then, because our final unlocks of course are in the kingdom bit. And I can actually unlock stuff now, because look at that, we are starting on our fort, basically on our military installations. And so I decided to do something really simple, just a wooden keep with 2 centers that is going to basically guard the entrance where everyone keeps coming from. And it looks like I can now unlock the hunter's hut, the wooden keep decorative, and the weaponsmith. Ooh, that could be interesting as well. So we're gonna do that. And then I need 40 splendor here to get the trade bonus for this one as well. So let's see if we can actually make that. Down here I'm producing more wood. That's also being replanted pretty quickly. So I think if I can go for a hunter's hut here that produces boar, that could be good. Let's see if we get like a pathway or something. Nothing too visible. So we'll put that one right here. We'll also increase our priority on that one. And then down here, I think that's a good spot for a weaponsmith. If we have that, the blacksmith produces tools. The weaponsmith uses iron, coal, and tools to create swords. So we're gonna make that one like this, I think. There we go. I'm not too worried about getting that one going. And in the meantime, my number of available citizens that are unemployed is rising. But here, yeah, we don't have anything. And if I click on this bridge and then I press edit, what is noticeable is that we've got a red dot here and a red dot here. I'm guessing that that's the reason why nobody is able to... oh no. Building complete. They just finished it then? Is that what happened? That's at least what it says here. So let's give them another chance. Let's see if they can notice this church. This little church is done. So there's still one person lacking in... Oh, it's not done yet. We need 5 more tools then to finish it. So I really crammed a lot of stuff in here, but I think that it still fits decently well. And gives them more places to worship. Let's bring that back this way. And then of course we're now also adding some of these luxury stalls. This one is trying to sell honey, hasn't gathered any of that yet. This one has gathered herbs. And does he sell them? Let's see. Not even seeing that just yet either. So we do need that economy basically to get up and running. But we'll figure that out, I think, as we go along, that that'll improve. I'm also making more of them here, so we get another one that's trying honey. Actually gathered honey as well. And can we see if sold one for 10 gold, so that does mean a bit more income, which has stabilized. I have to be honest, I'm able to really spend a lot on my citizens. You can see I've got 120 serfs, 95 commoners, and 19 citizens at this point. And how many do I need for the final unlock? Just 10, so that's very, very doable. And I definitely keep having a decent amount of gold available, so that's fine as well. Really still love my center strip with housing here, more foresty area. And look at that, getting really busy around this church and the tavern over here. And then of course we've got room now to grow this way, so we're starting to build out wells, and then eventually we'll probably make another church. Oh, we get plenty of room really now. And I'm just using this forest camp here to try and get rid of some more of these woods. Anything else? Well, we could actually start to move it up here and consider producing stuff. My church is done now as well. Oh, and they are getting there. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Look at that. She's taking the bridge. So I built a stone bridge. We get the red banner. I also added the rails here just so that people don't fall off. And this is gonna become another big church to try and get that room for worshippers. And then over here I'm actually, I think, planning to do some more wood cutting, although we've got plenty of it. I do sometimes run out of good spots for my extra forestries there to go to work, so that all seems fine though. Cheese, I need some more of that. Clothes is doing fine. Beer, I put up a second over here. You can see we're expanding this as well. And that's a bakery, so that's gonna be for more bread, hopefully from this, and then I can make more. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to clear this stuff out. So that can definitely go. This as well, if we have the time for that. And this is alright to keep, but if we can get rid of all of that, that would be good. And so I'm going to put down a lumber camp, like right in the middle of this stuff. Fully fill this like that. And then this one really not very effective anymore, so we're just gonna get rid of you. Nope, not the citizen, but this. Delete it. This looks fine at this point to expand. We can even make like a forestry part for here as well. And then once this is built, there'll be a sign there and they'll start chopping down all of that wood as well. So it's going, in my opinion, very, very well. We went with rather simple towers and some wooden walls at this point, but this, I feel like I could very easily edit this and really expand that into a massive fort that's going to take this space. Basically, the entrance to our city is going to be well defended, and then we'll see where we evolve as we go across the river, maybe into other parts. It could be cool. Iron-wise, that's okay. All of this feels decently balanced. I'm not sure how the weaponsmith is going to interact with that. Maybe we'll have to put in a... In fact, I could consider doing that now, considering the number of unemployed people. Because that is going to put more strain on the number of tools. And I'm actually buying a lot of these, so I keep a profitable gold margin, despite the fact that I'm now also making sure that I stay stocked in tools by buying them from trade. So I think we're going to do this. An extra iron mine. Try and put it pretty close to this one so that I could put in more of them over here. Like that. Increase so that they get to work on that as soon as possible. And then we could add more smelters, and yeah, we can definitely, I think, use another coal hut here eventually as well. But don't have to rush it too quickly, because I have to be careful when it comes to the number of citizens that I have available, of course. It's all about balancing things out. Ooh, and now we have our hunter's hut. I wonder, I can only assign one hunter. So she's going to go to work here normally, and I wonder how well this is going to work. And I should probably consider doing the same thing somewhere closer to the tavern, because that one has need of boar. Now here we've got a forest that I don't think will be touched anymore, and over here that'll be regrown. So this could be a good spot for another one. Let's do that. Hunter's hut. This is also new. On my first playthrough that was not available yet. So they are working on developing the game, but it's pretty obvious that there's still some limits, as is being shown here by the monk job names. Okay, that's good. What are we honey-wise? How are we doing? 70. I mean, that should be possible. I also switched. This only has 4 planks. I'm actually going to see if we switch this to... It can't hold wine. What can hold wine? Is it a granary then? Doesn't have any honey in here. Can hold wine. Okay, interesting. So I basically should consider an extra granary somewhere as well to stock all of the things that we're producing there. This is gonna be a place to live with yet another house inbuilt. That's good. 4 days, and we have a little bit of time until our next month is out, but you can see here my gold. It is definitely going up decently quickly. That's taking shape. That's good. And then we'll see if boar comes on my resource list. Then this is starting its production. Huntress is now working. And I think that this could become like my finish, right? On the outskirts, I just reforest stuff. We chop down that wood and we bring in some boar meat from all of that. Fisheries below 1,000 all of a sudden. So I definitely think that we can use more supply of that. Fisher's hut over here on this more beachy area. Let's see. That'll do. I'll go for 2 right off the bat. The reason is it's only 1 citizen per fishery, and so while it's good production, yeah, something like 1 wheat farm with 3 people producing can potentially be a lot better. So that's fine too. And this should get built at some point. 20 tools. They are underway, I think. Yep, they're underway. Very good. And what do we still need here? Yeah, quite a bit of stuff. Some cloth, some wood, and some more planks. That should be doable. It's just a little bit away from everything. So that's just gonna take a little bit of time. But that all looks pretty good to me. And I'm really happy with how the monastery worked out. In fact, we have room for 20 citizens to become monks in my monastery. So that does give me even more room to grow this out if I want to. I could do more with more beekeepers or try like a second set of the wine production, which is still stuck at 50. So that does kind of indicate that I need an extra place to stock it, I think. I want to keep that little patch of trees. Do we have... We don't even have wine in here. Okay, so now my theory is that it is really the problem that it is not being stocked in any of my granaries, and so we've got no transporters that are moving the wine around. That could be the problem. So we are going to just make up an extra granary here. Let's see. Or we could put it like this right here at the entrance. Yeah, that'll work for me. Alright, let's do that. The hunter's hut is done. That's pretty small, so that's doable. And what else did we unlock? A wooden keep decorative. That definitely still sounds like work in progress text. Let's press edit, see if a small camp. Ooh, didn't have that before. I think that... Well, we'll finish this first before we use that. A weapon stand? Yeah, okay. Those are definitely some new things that I think could help if I can like really try to follow this border, for instance, and turn this into like a camp like of this size. And then add in some of these small camps dotted around everywhere. That could be cool. Down here we've got some porches. That stuff is not new. It's mostly this stuff, I think. These two are new. The rest, yeah, not yet. So there's There's probably still room to work on that. And then we'll need some soldiers as well, of course. 4 people, 2 have decided to stay. That's okay, that's manageable in number as well. So tools not doing that great. Stone is fine, fish is back up. Wood is fine, planks, that should be okay. Yeah, clothes, maybe we'll want another one of these production centers as well. Cheese too, we could use more of that, but I also kind of want to spread it out, because here we've got cheese, we've got more clothes production, down here we get cloth production, so I think we want to spread that out, maybe like on the other side, once this forest is gone, that will do even more food production in this area, down here more industry, and then we expand our living space in this way. That's probably the plan at this point. Maybe add some small taverns or something. Beer is fine. Honestly, this one tavern, big influence normally. Not selling too quickly, but that should be okay. And then this, that's very important as well. Of course, my wheat is now definitely in the positive. So I'm hoping that this will get turned into flour. That was really the biggest bottleneck, which is why we are starting the second bread production here. That will hopefully help us as well. And then here, yeah, we gave other orders, or maybe they're working on the church. Yeah, that's what's happening. I actually put up the order to build the church before the fort up there. And so now that the bridge is finished, they're giving this one priority. How much does it need? Quite a bit actually, including 87 tools. We have them, but that's pretty costly and is going to be somewhat time consuming. But this is basically it. Outside of one trade bonus, we have done all of the unlocks, so that is really good. Our economy now is a lot healthier. You can see we're just going straight up to 1400 gold. I am going to buy this tile just to spend it right here, and that of course becomes more for the green stuff, so we're gonna just fill that up right away as well. That gives me like an easier time when I buy the tile before any of the surrounding tiles to make this nice and uniform, really good straight lines, so I kind of like that. Like this, bit of a waste maybe for this and that, but honestly we have room to see how we do that. Ooh, and that's a nice island here as well. I kind of like the idea of putting up a small bridge here and then seeing how we can develop this, maybe militarily, maybe other stuff. The bakery is done. Let's get up here. That's gonna be here. That's only 2 people. That is fine. Unemployed. We've got some, which should help for our iron mine when it's done. And then for this extra, I'm hoping that we can then finally start to move our wine around. So yeah, I still have a little bit of work to do, figuring everything out about the game. But I do feel like we are getting close to the limits of the development yet again. Not necessarily of this town, we can definitely make this a lot bigger, a lot better looking, but I'm already very, very happy with this, to be honest, and I'm having a lot of fun playing Foundation yet again. I'm hoping that we can really develop this small island, add more fisheries, maybe on both sides here. Oh, they need a bit of travel time as well. Interesting. Then we'll cross the river. This is where we'll be on the really big part, but I also kind of want to work on these islands here, which I think are very promising looking. Yeah, you can keep going. There's our iron mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's everyone. Hopefully we'll get some more new citizens coming in here pretty soon. And well, citizens, newcomers. Then we'll try to give them some gold so that they become citizens as well. And we will keep going. That's gonna be it for this update. The monastery is running. We are trying to finish our first fort part, and I'll keep you guys up to date if there's anything new to report here as well. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.